Many strikers have moved in the Premier League this season. Hugo Ekitike took the Premier League by storm. Nick Voltamada has Newcastle fans barely missing Alexander Isak. Big money moves, big expectations, but none of them have had the impact of £160 million striker, a player many fans didn't even want. This is the rise of João Pedro. July 2, 2025. Chelsea Football Club signed João Pedro from Brighton and Hove Albion for £60 million. The reaction? Mixed. Chelsea had already taken several players from Brighton in recent years, and supporters were starting to wonder if the club had turned the South Coast into its personal supermarket. So when João Pedro arrived halfway through the Club World Cup, many fans asked the same question. Not another Brighton player again. But João Pedro didn't wait long enough to answer. He immediately became instrumental in Chelsea's Club World Cup campaign, scoring twice in the final against PSG to help deliver silverware before even playing a single match in the Premier League. Suddenly the mood changed. Chelsea might have found something. Then the Premier League season began, and reality struck. João Pedro struggled to find rhythm early on. 3 goals in his first 10 league games. Not terrible, but not exactly £60 million form either. Part of the problem wasn't effort, it was positioning. With talisman Cole Palmer sidelined through injury, João Pedro was often asked to drop deeper and play as a number 10, creative work, link-up play, build up responsibilities. But the further you move a striker away from the box, the further you move him away from goals. Chelsea struggled, and João Pedro struggled along with them. January, everything changes. Chelsea replaced Enzo Maresca with English coach Liam Rossinha. New voice, new idea, new energy. And suddenly João Pedro finds himself back where he belongs, up front, leading the lines. Chelsea didn't sign another striker in January. No big money reinforcement. No panic buy. Rossinha trusted João Pedro, and João Pedro repaid that trust. The relationship between player and coach quickly became clear. Rossinha revealed that João Pedro was in his office almost every other day, talking football, watching clips, learning and growing, and the results began to show. Because João Pedro's impact isn't just about scoring goals. His hold-up allows Chelsea to build attacks. His pressing forces defenders into mistakes. His movement drags defenders out of position, creating space for teammates. And when the moment comes, he finishes. Off the pitch, he becomes an important voice too, helping fellow Brazilians André Santos and Estevão Willian settle into life in England. Sometimes leadership doesn't come from age. Sometimes it comes from experience. And João Pedro has both. Now look at the numbers. 6 goals in his last 8 games. 4 assists. 17 goals this season. 14 of them in the Premier League. Suddenly, the same fans who questioned the signing are asking a different question. How far can he go? Because right now, only 3 players in the world have a higher goal involvement than him. Harry Kane, Kylian Mbappe, and Erling Haaland. That's the list. Nobody else. Not Ekitike, not Voltamada, and definitely not Isak and not Igor Thiago. So the player who arrived with doubts, the player many thought was just another Brighton experiment, now stands alone as Chelsea's most important striker. And if João Pedro stays fit, if he keeps up this form, the real question isn't whether he reaches 20 goals. The real question is, how high is his ceiling?